So Richard, this email from Frank in North Carolina, you got it, right?
I did.
He puts in a brand new washing machine, and the first time he starts to use it, when it drains, it actually pulls the water out of the toilet bowl in the half bath next to it.
That's right.
You know what's going on?
I think I do, and plumbing's really hard to understand, so I made a little mock-up that might help explain what's going on. First of all, every single plumbing fixture has a trap, a water seal.
Right.
So underneath a sink, you might see a trap like this, and what you don't see is that there's always water right in the trap right here.
We know it as a P-trap.
Correct. And there's also a trap built in to a toilet. So this is a cutaway right here. You can see the water seal right here, and that prevents sewer gas from coming up inside the building.
And this is what's being pulled away in his case.
That's right.
Draining it away. How does that happen?
Well, think about if this washing machine discharges right here. A big slug of water comes right down here through the trap, comes to this point right here, and now it goes down the drain.
Right.
Now the important point on any plumbing system is also the vent, this right here.
This is a pipe that goes up through the roof.
That's right.
For air.
Right, so it can break the vacuum of this slug of water coming down right here. Let me show why the vent is important. Now this would simulate the big slug of water with an unvented fixture, and if I do that, see a gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. It's looking to pull air down, but I can't find it.
That glugging is
That's right.
sucking for air.
It's going like that. So it's looking that negative pressure that is creating that vacuum. Now let me create as if there is a vent on this.
So now we're actually allowing air to be introduced to the system as the water leaves, right?
Yeah. See how perfect it drains?
Beautiful.
Okay.
No gurgle at all.
So it got the air it needed, the relief that it needed. Okay. Let me take you back here now. So now in the case of Frank, here is that big slug of water. It comes to right here. I don't know if they actually have a vent. It may be that the original installer, I've seen this before, they just say, oh, we don't need a vent. And now what happens, the old washing machine didn't put that much water down. The new one has a big slug of water that's coming this way. Now it's coming down, and it's looking for air, trying to pull. It creates a back pressure. So a big slug of water comes here, but it's trying to pull, and it can't find air anywhere else because there's no way to relieve it over there.
So his washing machine is connected to all of these pipes that are behind the wall.
Absolutely. So here it comes pulling, pulling, pulling. Where's it going to look for air? It could look for air right here and try to pull that water seal backwards down this way. Okay?
All right.
So the vents are really important. Okay? So this is, in this mock-up, here is the main vent right here. That vent, if it existed, should come up and connect back into here and then go out through the building.
I got you.
Solution for Frank might be to be sure we have a vent. That vent could be clogged. If he has a vent, there could be an animal that got inside and died, right? If they doesn't have one, these are allowed in some states. This is interesting where it could go here. It allows air in to break the vacuum, but doesn't let sewer gas come out, a mechanical vent.
You don't have to run this all the way up through the roof. You can just use that.
That's right. But there's a bunch of ways that you can lose your trap seals, all of the trap seals.
There's other ways than this?
There's about 7 of them, okay? So one of them is oscillation. You've got this plumbing system right here, and you got this pipe going through the roof.
Yes.
Now you got crazy wind blowing over the top of it. It could push down this way.
It's like blowing on a straw.
Right. And so now what it could do is make the water seal in any of the traps bounce. Okay, so now if it bounces, I have a really tight house that's near the water, the wind blows like crazy. On those days, we can see the water seal going like this. Now if it bounces enough, the water bounces up here, and just all of a sudden over time, it just would make this be just low enough that you smell sewer gas.
Gotcha.
It may happen also inside these traps, but you wouldn't see them.
Right, because these are underneath the sink and they're certainly not clear.
That's right.
All right, so the oscillation is the second one.
Right. Now there's also siphonage. These are no longer allowed. This is called a full S trap.
Well, hang on a second, though. We like siphons, don't we? Because that's how a toilet works.
That's how they work. But think about this. To have a siphon, I need the presence of a short leg and a long leg. So now if I have water coming down here and I have a complete full S, which is illegal in almost every part of this country, the water would come here and there'd be a short leg right here of water and then a long leg right here. When you have that long leg, what does it do? It would actually pull that water right out of the trap.
Too much velocity going down here
Correct.
sucks it right out of
That's
there.
right. That's right.
Very cool.
Another one is called capillary attraction. Here's the water seal inside here, and there may be times that there's some foreign matter that gets down inside the trap, and look what happens. Over time, the water could wick up through that string and just slowly empty that trap of the water and drip it down the drain.
Capillary action.
An easy one is evaporation.
Yeah. That's...
Everybody goes away for the winter, and now what happens? This water in a really dry house would evaporate over time, and you'd have sewer gas come here and over here.
Okay. So last one, or is there one more?
Well, there's also momentum. You don't see that much anymore. In the old days, we might have put a trap down in the basement and a lavatory on the second floor. and the water would come down and would have so much velocity, it would go whew, right through the trap. We don't see that too much anymore.
And I guess on some level, if we're getting the sewer gas smell, it might be as easy as just refilling these traps, but certainly now we know sort of how to find the problem.
Right.
Just look at these vents.
Remember, every fixture has a trap, so you got to have water in every one, and you can't see it. So if you think you're smelling it from someplace, go and fill those traps again.
So will you write all that up and send it to
I
Frank?
will. I'll send them in an email and I'll fax it to them.
Okay, good. Great information. Thank you.
All right.